documentary pilot and series that's coming out called The Plain Truth. You can find it at theplaintruthmovie.com. And my partner in crime is Shelly Lewis, the infamous Shelly Lewis. And we have been working diligently on scripts and getting production crew together and that kind of stuff. And so if you'd like to support us, which we are trying to raise funds for this production series, you're welcome to click on either the Patreon link or the GoFundMe, or you could even click on the PayPal account. And
all right. I know I'm early. I don't think we'll have anybody here because I don't stream this early. But at least people will be able to watch the replay because this is good, y'all. This is some good stuff, y'all. What we've got here is an unlisted video where Shelly is responding to JM. But if you think that's all I got for you, well, you a ding-dong if you think that. Because I have boatloads of messages from Facebook detailing piece by piece, plot point by plot point, this thing that we have come to call the saga of Grand Theft Flat Earth. And when this is done, I will be making a feature-length documentary of my own, JM, and it'll be documenting you guys trying to construct the plain truth, you coming in and doing what you've done to Shelly, and Shelly, Wendell, and these other guys trying to do what they can to keep it continuing. So let's get going, and we're starting right here with Shelly Lewis's response to JM. Unlisted, but we got the video. You can't hide from the rocker. Here we go. Thank you for being here, everybody. I would normally give everyone time to show up, and it's not happening today. So basically, they start off, Shelly starts off her video with a lot of legal speak and a lot of linking to biblical proverbs and quotes. And I'm going to get copyright claimed, aren't I? I really think I'm going to get copyright claimed over that. I'm going to just lower this. I'm going to make it real low until they start talking and stuff. Because I don't deserve a copyright claim, Shelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, you'll see right here, that's the case file that I filed with the Wendover Police Department. Okay? She is guilty of stealing, of theft.
You have to take her to court to show she's guilty, ding dong.
Okay, there's no question there.
She's innocent until proven guilty, ding dong.
Okay? Her allegations in her video are completely baseless and false. Okay?
1 hour later.
Unless you got some damning evidence, like Shelly does, video evidence, sorry.
Shelly Lewis, Wendell Walton, and Dave Hunt did in fact steal my equipment. They are guilty of criminal.
I did get this video from Shelly. Shelly didn't give it to me. They put this out unlisted to several key flat earthers, and it was shared to people. I intercepted the link through one of my Rocka Squad members. That's what happened. So yes, I did get it from Shelly. It's Shelly's link. It's Shelly had this video made. For God's sake. I don't talk to Shelly. I never made the claim that I talked to Shelly. You flat earthers are ding-dongs, you know that?
Larceny and crossing state lines, which makes it a felony.
We've already read that. I would read it to you. We already read it.
Let's address...
Okay, so she says the strike one is the officer's statement, which contradicted. If you recall the streams that I've done on this situation, the officer's statement contradicted JM's statement. And yes, Shelly in this video makes the claim that I stated was most logically what's going on, that all this equipment sitting around JM is the equipment that Shelly bought for the documentary with the documentary money.
Press the ownership of the company, because that's a completely separate issue than all of this other stuff. It has nothing to do with it, even though she wants to throw that around. Actually, my wife and I own JM Truth Productions. It's a sole proprietorship.
It's a sole proprietorship. It's a sole proprietorship.
It's a sole proprietorship.
Well, the problem here, I don't know if JM's lying. I guarantee they're going to show us that he's lying about this. I don't think he is. I think he's just so dumb he has no clue what the word soul or the word proprietorship means. No offense, JM. I'm not trying to be mean, buddy.
Okay.
I'm just being honest. I'm not being mean to you, big guy.
And I'm not going to explain how the dynamics of that is all set up. It was all set up legally. Okay, that's all well and good.
I don't believe that. Oh, yeah, this is great. This is great. So, JM, you own 25% of JM Truth Productions.
25%. Doesn't matter. The plain truth, I have 51%.
And then she backs up her claim with actual evidence. Okay, it shows right here. Now, I have this screenshot so that I have it in high def so we can actually see it. I'll find it eventually. But to break it down, basically it shows that Michael Lewis, Michelle Shelly Lewis is 49% owner plus 2% if needed to be something, like if she needs to step in. Basically, she is 52% owner, okay? It states that here. You can read it yourself. Then Joshua Michael Jimaraminari. Hey, what we got? Anti Hervincelo, JM Truth Drinking Game. Every time he says "okay" or talks bullskit, take a shot. Well, I don't drink alcohol because I am an alcoholic. And back when I was 21 and 22, if I started drinking, I didn't stop. I truly didn't stop. Not until I passed out, at least. So I haven't drank in many, many, many years because I'm much older than 21 now. But I will drink a sip of tea anytime. And yes, if I ever do play another drinking game, I promise you this will be it, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. So basically, Joshua Michael Gennari has 49% for decision-making authority. That's it. Only for decision-making authority. It says here that Shelly has 51. But what's strange is it also says that somebody else has 49%. I think it's, what's his name? That other guy. So God only knows. Okay, so then another quote from the Bible, which I don't mind reading to you at all. If your brother or sister sins, go and point out their fault, just between the two of you. Good advice. Good advice, Bible. Good advice, Matthew. If they listen to you, you have won them over. But if they will not listen, take one or two others along so that every matter may be established by the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. Okay, got it. I don't know how that applies to this situation. It's just good advice. It's good advice. Oh, Shelly's trying to insinuate this is what she did. She tried to talk to JM alone and then brought people with her. All right. So basically, I appreciate this individual, sparing us from listening to the 30 minutes, but I need the 30 minutes, whoever you are, and I'm helping you. If you're working with Shelly herself, whatever, whoever has the file, the original file, please upload it. You can unlist it. You can get it to me, in a little bit of a sneaky way. Just get me this, because I'm telling you, this is good for you to have me react to this. I'm on your side here. All evidence points to Shelly. Oh, by the way, if anyone that's listening, any of my squad fam, I need that South Park song where they're like, Shelly, 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 Shelly. I need that for a video I'm working on. If you find a clip of that, let me know.
Since I am 51% of the production, I am going to carry it forward.
Okay, Shelly is basically very upfront with JM and telling him that he's out of production, and you're going to find out why in a little bit. This is basically everything that led up to the casino video. They're putting it out because they wanted to keep it private, keep matters private. But since JM is lying, they're being forced to drop the truth in video form. Here's what happened that led up to the casino incident. If you haven't seen the casino video, of course, you can watch my other videos, Grand Theft Flat Earth from before, 2 of them last couple days. Okay.
Keep continuing to do it, but just you and I can't do it together. We're not going to do it together.
This is not.
So anyway, JM has burned too many bridges and Shelly is done. And Shelly's very direct about this. She's being very professional in my opinion. She didn't yell at him. She didn't fight with him. She didn't insult him. She didn't try to put him down. She basically just said, hey, can't work with you anymore. I've made this decision. I apologize, but you're going to have to be out. We need our equipment back and our footage. And good luck to you.
Yeah, it is.
JM responds with, that's not okay. And Shelly says, yes, it is. JM doesn't get the point of what 52% means here. And I know that's why Shelly made it to where she was 52. You got me? It's just really insane to think that JM thinks he's got some hand in this.
It's okay. It's okay.
I've put $60,000 almost into this.
So he makes the claim when he's being kicked out that he put $60,000 into this. He didn't put any of his money into this. He is a bold-faced liar. And this is the thing I have said about JM since hearing him for the first time when he first appeared in the flat scene. I told everybody I was reacting to everything JM did anytime somebody submitted a clip. Telling you this guy is a pathological liar. You can go back and find the clips. He is, you can just tell by the way he talks that he is. The way he talks about physics and the way that he talks about the earth and the shape. He's a pathological liar. He can just make up something on the drop of the dime, and he doesn't care.
Well, I'd like to see your accounting, please.
There you go. Remember in the casino video, she's asking for the accounting, and JM is refusing to show it over and over. Got me? In the videos we've seen before, not just the casino, but in videos we've seen before. This is what sparked that. This led to that her asking for the accounting. His claim, well, I put all this money into this, so I can't be kicked out. And he doesn't have a single receipt whatsoever.
Are you kidding me?
No.
That's...
Why is he not just pulling out the receipts? If you did spend $60,000, JM, you'd have those receipts. Not only would you have them filed away, under lock and key. That way you could go to court and get your money back if you got unfairly kicked out. But on top of that, you would have on a phone or on a laptop or on something, you'd have a database. You'd have a thing that would show it. You know this and I know this. How do I know this? Because I've done projects before. I know, okay? Now, here's the thing. This is Shelly basically kicking him out and him refusing. Now listen to, I want you to key in on what he says, how he says it, and listen and try to understand what tactics he's using. Is he using the tactic of being honest, or is he using the tactic of lying, dodging, and dancing? Also, that $60,000 is important because he didn't know that Shelly recorded all of this. Also, I'm sure he knew, but he just wasn't thinking about it, right? There are cameras everywhere, and he's not thinking. He's just mad, or he's just angry, or whatever, like Kyle was that day, remember? He showed us credit card receipts that only went up to like 2.500. Got me? It's early, y'all. I don't usually stream this early. Now originally he's saying 60,000. Just a big liar.
It's like a project that we did together.
6.5 hours later.
And I owe it to the donors.
I got some coffee.
I owe it to the donors to continue forward with this. But I'm not going to do it with you. I'm not doing it with you. I have 50.
So anyway, they're mad at JM for embezzling donations, basically spending the money, the GoFundMe money that I showed you. He admitted to taking, and in the casino video, admitting to misappropriating, saying that he would pay it back with the profits that he makes from the documentary. He said that him and Shelly agreed to this. Of course, here we have proof that Shelly did not agree to this. The entire time, she's been demanding evidence of what he spent, where he spent it, and he's refusing to give it. And that most likely is what has led to this. Here's what happens. When somebody goes into a partnership and they end up stealing money or they end up embezzling something, they will, of course, the other person will find out when they start asking for receipts or money or whatever. Now, the thiever the thiever, JM in this case, or Kyle in the other, will always deflect. It's always an illness, a sickness. They're mad about something. They're upset. Why would you not trust me? We're friends. We're not just business partners. We're friends. And you never want to mix that. And that's the tactic that they use. They try to mix friendship with the business partner relationship so that they can guilt trip you into ignoring it. Wait a month for me. Give me a month. I'm going through a hard time. My dog is sick. I didn't pee in a bottle, whatever it may be.
51%. I'm not doing it with you. We're not doing it together.
Now, Shelly makes a big claim that she has contacted the crowdfunding sites and that JM is under investigation for fraud over this. Does she prove it? Does she pull a JM and not prove it? Does she just say it? Or does she actually, JM, I know JM's watching. See what Shelly does here, JM, to back up her claim? Well, look, we've got real evidence that Shelly did contact the crowdfunding sites, not JM. Shelly did, and let them know that JM misappropriated the finances and stole them and did not put them where he claimed. So most likely the people that donated are going to get their money back, and JM's going to wind up in court or whatever, however GoFundMe handles it, being fraudulently investigated. And yes, if you've watched my playlist, Crowdsourced Criminals, there have been many incidents where GoFundMe or Indiegogo or these other sites will take you to court if you misappropriate the funds. Rights to the plain truth secured by Shelly. Now, one thing she does is also show where she's registered this under copyright under her name. Shelly is the copyright holder for the Plain Truth documentary, not JM Truth. This adds credence to what she showed us earlier, saying that she had 52% stake in everything. See, Shelly seems like a nice person who wants to allow the people helping her to profit, to allow them to gain notoriety, to gain, maybe a bad word to use, but to gain subscribers and, positive, you get what I'm saying. So she's very nice about this. That's why she's nice enough to even give them stake in what's going on. Let them make money off of it. Not just pay them a wage for being a director or a wage for being a cameraman, but to let them actually make something out of this. Shelly's very nice. From everything I've seen, she goes above and beyond. She does things that she does not have to do, that is not an industry standard in any way, just to be kind to the people helping her. And this is proof of it. Basically just copyright. We're not going to zoom in. It's blurry for a reason. I am not trying to show this stuff. I believe her. I've seen it myself. It checks out, and I believe her. I'm not going to try and decipher it for you live. That's just rude. Okay, so what does JM do? He borrows ideas and takes intellectual property from others. Even Shelly's statement about protecting the donors. And Shelly, I'm going to add a little into this. The reason JM does this is because his entire flat earth presence is him pretending to be a flat earther, pretending to be a physicist, pretending to be all these things that he is, so that he can copy what other people are doing that is successful and make money out of the flat earth community. You've identified him. He's a faker. He's a faker-raker.
And I believe that I owe it, at least to my investors and producers, to give an accurate account for the situation and what happened.
So he even lied, because we were just given actual proof that those investors are Shelly's. Real documented proof. JM didn't give that. This is a lie. You don't have to account to those people, JM, because you're not the copyright holder, you ding-dong.
I've had a lot.
The irony here is that Shelly also directly contributed to the crowdfunding, so he is accountable to her in that respect as well. So what Shelly did, she's busting herself here. She went and donated to her own crowdfunding campaign to give it the illusion that it was making money, so that when she shared it, it would give other people, it would incite them. Because if you go to a crowdfunding site and you see that a crowdfunding campaign only has like $0, you're not going to donate to it. Well, you may have a lot less of a chance of donating, and every random person has less of a chance to donate. This is messed up from Shelly. You shouldn't be donating to your own crowdfunding campaign, Shelly. It's just wrong, and we know why you did it. So this is one thing I will call you out for, because I am fair here. But, you know, it's not a damning thing. Just make sure you're up front next time. Don't do this kind of shady stuff, man. Don't donate to your own campaign so that you can get people to think that people care and create hype for it so that others will donate. That's dirty.
A lot of people invest money into this project, and I believe that I owe it to the people of Patreon, GoFundMe, and PayPal to explain what's going on.
You don't unless you own those accounts. Shelly has provided direct evidence that she owns those accounts. She's the one that owes it, not you. Okay, so then Shelly was forced to launch her own production company to move forward with the plain truth behind what curve. By the way, Shelly, I do need to call you out in the beginning of this because you're a ding-dong. The Earth curve is easy to prove. Rotation is easy to prove. Not with some stupid experiment, just with a camera. You can send a camera up there and see it happening. You guys are ding-dongs, and you got to stop this. This is all BS.
I volunteer my own time, my own efforts to bring this production along. Let me finish. Just out of respect, just let me finish.
So JM doesn't let anyone talk. They've argued literally over and over and over and over to the point where he's just going, you know, batty over this, which shows why JM had to be removed from. What I want to say is this is evidence of why he did need to be removed from the documentary. He is very unprofessional.
This is an important project, and we all want to see it succeed. Do you want to see it succeed? Okay. Well, look.
That is very exposing, okay? JM said to Shelly and Wendell, do you want to see this project succeed, JM? And he replies with, not without me. That is equal to, you know, those, I won't bring that up right now. It's equal to basically JM saying, I'm going to sabotage this sucker, throw you under the bus, and screw you over if I don't get to go with this. So all these things that we've thought up to now are 100% true. This is a damning statement for JM. JM, I'm calling you out, dude. This is a damning statement. You just said that you do not want this project to succeed if you're not in it. That means you're willing to try to sabotage it, lie about it, do whatever you got to do to make sure it does not succeed unless they let you stay and work. You are a really unprofessional individual. And I said this when I first found out Shelly was working with this guy. Go back and watch and see if I didn't.
2,000 years later.
Do you want to see it succeed? Absolutely. Okay. Well, it's not.
So then he had to interject. Wendell interjects. He's like, what? You don't want it to succeed if you're not a part of it? And they have an argument.
Not going to succeed without Shelly attached. No, it's not. Right.
And JM just doesn't get it. JM, your behavior, the way you treated Shelly, has made her decide to kick you out of the project, a power that she has, because she was smart enough to make sure that she had 52% instead of 50-50. So you are gone, dude.
But it can succeed without you attached.
And then he says, no, it can't.
But it can. So this is a trust trial for you.
I don't get it, JM. This is what you should be saying in your response videos. Why can't this project succeed without you? I don't think it can succeed in any way. I don't think it can succeed even with Shelly attached. I don't think it can succeed with Wendell or with JM attached. Add Bob, add Jaren, add any other ding-dong out there. Add Sleeping Warrior. Well, that would actually go into the negatives, but add anyone else, Paul on the plane, anybody. It's not going to succeed because every debunker is just going to stand up and debunk it, and you're going to be made laughing stocks out of it.
If you're really concerned about this getting out and the word getting out, stepping aside, it's not, because we can't work with you.
They are politely telling JM over and over, we cannot work with you. And I know why. You know why. He isn't a physicist. He's not a doctor. He isn't trained in cinematography or whatever the hell it's called. I'm not either. I'm just telling you. But he says he is, right? Now he's trying to switch. You know, one way you can tell by the way he tries to do his when he's recording himself and then he switches to another camera angle. He does it so wrong. Anyone can tell you. You take the clip of JM moving camera angles in his video. Take it to anyone that works in the industry, and they're going to explain the same things I said when I reacted to it. He's not using one same audio track when he switches. He doesn't even know how to edit a video. He didn't even know how to render the video in above 480p. I had to criticize him for it so that he uploaded in 720 and 1080 later. You get what I'm saying? Which tells me that he doesn't even know the most basic things about editing a video or filming with a camera. And that is all been proven here, where they are telling him, look, we've been filming with you, we've been shooting with you, and you're not trained. You have no clue what you're doing. We can't continue with you. And this is how JM punishes them for making that decision.
We've already made it clear. We've already been over that. Now the discussion is how we can amicably separate. So she's asked you for copies of invoices. So she's no, because
JM says this is effing my life over and my kids. So that would, what, JM? Is this just you trying to guilt trip them, or do you feel like that this is the only thing that you can do? I think I know. I think I know how it's going to F his life over and his kids. I think he is being honest here. And hearing the tone in his voice and hearing the concern that he has, I can kind of do a little body language stuff here and tell you that I think he's being serious with this. And I'm going to play that clip again so that you can hear it in a second. But why is this going to F his kids over, and why is it going to F his life over? Because he took a credit card and ran up thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in debt because he thought he was going to make a bunch of money out of this documentary. He is that much of a ding-dong. They all think they're going to make a bunch of money off this. And JM's like, you kicking me out of this is going to ruin my family and my kids. It probably is going to put them all in a really bad place because he's going to be responsible for all that debt, and he doesn't have a job. He doesn't have anything else going for him to help him replace the money that he put up on those credit cards. I think he's being honest there.
So she's
listen to his voice when he says this.
Asked you for copies of invoices. So
this is effing my life over too.
So she's my kids. No.
And my kids.
No, because she wants to make it fair. She stated that. She wants to, that's why we all...
See, Wendell and Shelly have no clue that JM charged up all this money on his credit cards. And I guarantee you he did it because he thought he was going to make money out of this. And because he got that money from the GoFundMe.
See, you and her need to produce invoices so you can make it fair.
You would never do this to them, JM? No, you are doing this to them. You're stealing from them. You're literally stealing her stuff, which is proven here, by the way, very, very soon.
Ever. Well, that's good to know. So, are you willing to provide invoices?
And JM, just in case you are really thick and you just don't realize what's going on, you lied to these people. You approached Shelly and these other guys, or they might have approached you. I don't want to try to misrepresent, but when they came to you, it was because you were telling people that you had a production company and that it was professional and that you were trained in all of these things you say you're trained for. For some ding-dong reason, they believed it. And once they got you down there and realized you didn't even know how to film anything, you didn't even know how it worked, you didn't even know how to work the cameras, you were probably recording a lot of it in 480p, and that's why it uploaded in 480p. They fired you, which they have the right to do, and they should have done. Their documentary is already going to be ding-dongy as it can be. But just imagine if they would have kept you on the thing. It would be even more ding-dongy.
One eternal.
What did he say?
Are you willing to provide invoices?
He is not willing to provide invoices under these circumstances. Problem is he hasn't provided invoices under any circumstances. Do you know why, Shelly? Because he stole the GoFundMe money. He racked up a bunch of cash on credit cards. That's what we know from him showing his credit card invoices. And he's a ding-dong. This is what you get when you work with ding-dongs. And you're always going to work with ding-dongs when you believe in the flat earth. This is what the flat earth people are. They are not intelligent enough educated enough. Most of them are intelligent enough to be able to know, but they have not educated themselves enough to know why the earth isn't flat. And that's why they believe it.
One eternity later.
And you just even saying that, you can't understand what the issue is. That's the issue. Because we've made it really clear to you what the issues are. You're not even listening to what I'm saying. What you're doing is you're thinking about how to rebut, how to come back. You're not.
Yeah, he is doing that. Yeah, he is. He is. Why is my come on, man. Why does my chat keep locking up, Streamlabs?
Okay, so tell you what, if you've really listened to us, what is the issue, Joshua? What's the issue? What's the biggest issue?
The biggest issue is my attitude.
No? Biggest issue is your pride. Pride is not an attitude.
She has pride.
See, and the reflex. Pride is a condition of the heart. But you know what? You know what? We're not going around again. We're choosing not to. We're setting a clear boundary. It is over. Now, how do you want to end it? Well, do you want to help the project go along and be successful? It does not belong to the company. She is 51% of this project, the Plain Truth documentary series. No, she did not. She did not hand over her idea, her baby to you.
Never did that.
You were not even here when this started.
Yeah, see what he's doing? You weren't even here. Is he talking to Wendell or Shelly?
But I've heard enough.
You manipulated it. I would never do that in my right mind.
I said it enough to protect you. That's right.
No, you
She
didn't.
asked you for footage before, and you refused to give it to her.
Yeah, you did. You said just delete the stuff on your hard drive. You don't need the footage. Wendell has it. You have it. Yeah.
I'm trying to save space.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
Shelly, I'm going to keep it.
Then I'm entitled to that footage.
Let me finish. It wasn't about taking the footage from me.
Wow. So what we're finding out here is that JM was trying to not even give her footage from the very beginning. That's probably what led to Shelly kicking him out. He was keeping footage.
If that's what you think, that's twisted. That
You
is
did.
No,
You said that. I had to practically beg you for the footage in Ohio.
you didn't.
Yes, I did.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
There are so many broken promises with you. There is no working out anymore. You already crossed the
No,
line.
you said there's broken promises. What broken promises?
You already.
Oh, you know, I want to hear this. Please, Wendell. I want to know the broken promises, too.
No, we're not going around that again. We're not.
Would you put me into a situation where you would take away my documentary? You think that's okay? You think you could do that? That's not okay. Saying that you could own all that footage that I was a party to, that I paid for. You can't just take that from
I
me.
paid for two.
No, you can't take my...
JM, you did not prove that you paid for anything yet. If you did pay for any of this, you would have proven it. Dude, this is wrong. This is wrong, dude. This is bad. If this was dealing with something that would have been successful, at least equally as successful as Non Sequitur, it would be another Non Sequitur show situation. The only reason it's not is because you guys are making a lie of a documentary, a stinky flat earth documentary, based off of nothing, no facts, no evidence, just a bunch of rhetoric and semantics. And that's the only reason why this isn't equal to the Non Sequitur situation. But if you guys were working with something that had a potential to go successful, it would be equal to Non Sequitur. You are pulling a Kyle, JM Truth. And if you don't know what that means, you need to go watch the Death of the Non Sequitur show.
Then it's equal. Give me the footage.
No.
Yes, it's equal. You just said.
It's not. No.
Yes, you did. You just said yes.
No. I said you paid where I think I could.
Saying that you could own all that footage that I was a party to, that I paid for. You can't just take that from
I
me.
paid for two.
No, you can't take my...
paid-
Then it's equal. Give me the footage.
No.
Yes, it's equal. You just said.
It's not. No. It's
Yes,
not
you
like
did.
that.
You just
I
said yes.
No. I said you paid for it and I paid.
No, you didn't.
But in the end.
Yeah, JM, you've admitted before. When this all started, you never said that you paid for anything. Like, you only started that after they kicked you out. Why are you doing this, dude? Are you this scummy? Are you this scummy? Are you this much of a liar? I feel bad for Shelly. I usually don't feel bad for flatties. Like Arwen. Sometimes I want to feel bad for him, but then I remember the things that he says and the things he does, and I don't feel bad for him anything, not even an iota. And then I remember he's a flat earther, and then I'm like, why'd I even feel bad at all? With Shelly, I still feel bad knowing that she is a ding-dong.
In the end, if
While Patchy pulls himself together, let's see how SpongeBob's party is shaping up.
you have your own authority,
I don't have any authority to lord over you, no. But I have a responsibility to tell you the truth
it's
in
also the
love.
responsibility for us to fix this.
JM, they are fixing it. They're kicking you out. That is their option. It sucks to get fired, but I know. Look, if you in the past had shown any competence in film, any competence in writing, any competence in physics, claiming to be a physicist, any competence in any of the things you claim to be, I'd have your side a little bit here. I can't have your side knowing that you have not demonstrated competence in any of these things. And bro, you could. Here's what you're doing by lying and constantly trying to scam people and cop people and do this. What you're doing is preventing yourself from getting good at something. You could be a good editor, but instead of sitting down and editing footage for years like I've done to get good at it, you do these crazy, stupid things. You just pretend to be a good editor and use these quick tricks instead of learning it the real way. I could use examples in physics, in everything you do, and use the same concept of what I just criticized you with to find criticism, and I won't, to save time. You are stopping yourself from getting good at things because of your scammy scumminess, dude. Drop that stuff. Give Shelly her footage. Let it go. Let it go. If you really are a physicist, if you really are this long film producer with all this success like you claim, you could start a new project. You don't need to steal Shelly's, and you could make it even better than Shelly's. If she's not a physicist, she hasn't done production for 5 years like you say you have. She's not an expert mathematician like you claim to be. She's not a combat medic for all these years like you claim. You could do it if you were those things.
We tried to fix it tonight. We tried to fix it.
Ditch me in the middle of a diabetic issue.
See what he's doing? What did I say? What did I say? Look what Kyle did. Kyle claims that he's ill, so he can't sit down and talk about the books and the money of non sequitur when he's asked for it. What does JM do? He gets angry and starts yelling and screaming. They leave him and tell him we're done, and he says, no, I'm having a diabetic issue, guys. It's a diabetic issue. So I'm a victim because you walked away during my diabetic issue. That's right. And this is not the first time JM's unprovoked anger has turned into rage. I believe that. I know he has an anger problem. I've seen it come out of him several times. He's a really... He's like kind of got a little bit of a Nathan Oakley in it.
That I had, and nobody fucking answered the goddamn phone.
Well, we didn't know that you were having an issue, and we came back as soon as we could.
Each and every one of you.
We came back as soon
He's getting angry. Listen to him get mad.
as we could. Are you okay now? You've tested.
An hour and a half later?
You've tested yourself.
No, I can't get it to read.
There's always an excuse, just like with Kyle. His medical issues went out for months, right? Same with JM. Medical issues that prevent him from showing the books, which would need to be like in the hospital type stuff. JM's doing the same thing here. They're giving him ample time. They're telling him, hey, take time. Hey, if you're having a diabetic issue, we'll talk to you about this in a few hours. We'll talk to you about this in a few minutes. Take as much time as you need to deal with your diabetic issue. Here they are hours later, and he's still trying to use this diabetic thing and claim that it's still a problem. I can't get it to read, so I can't fix my sugar. It's like, look, bro, do what you got to do to fix that and then get this done. Get kicked out, give them the footage, give them their cameras, go home and make a better documentary than them. Do something better.
Okay, well, is that our fault?
I didn't say it was your fault. But when I texted you 2 hours ago...
Hey, Caleb, thank you, my friend. Oh, my gosh. You guys, when you join the channel, it's the only thing keeping us floating right now. Thank you, my friend.
You could have texted me back.
Are you suffering now?
Huh?
Are you suffering now?
I'm still suffering, yes.
Okay.
But regardless of
If
that,
we had come back 5 minutes later, would it be any different?
There you go. Exactly. They're trying to give him time to get better, to fix what he needs to fix. And instead of taking that time, thank you, my friend. So awesome. Instead of taking that time, he's trying to use it as an excuse. It's very messed up of him to do this. I remember that. Remember the channel? I remember that.
Okay. So it's a non-issue at this point.
Oh, wait. I want to see what they said. I didn't read that. As soon as JM texted us that he was having a problem, we left to get our gear and meet him. As you can see here, his crisis may be feigned. Yes, I do think so. I think since he's willing to argue about this instead of deal with his medical issue, yeah, I do.
It's a non-issue at this point, right?
I was never taking the witness from you. That was not the point of me saying what I said.
Several bad puns later.
This is what I do know. I know that the way that Shelly has acted, as far as being trustworthy, honest, does what she says she's going to do, and then
You tell me I'm not, then tell me where I haven't made a witnesses.
boundary violator.
Because we have disagreements? Are you kidding me?
No, because we agree on things together, and then you violate that boundary.
What boundary?
God, I don't.
Oh, how about the GoFundMe money? You took the GoFundMe money, you promised Shelly you would account for it, then you won't produce proof of what you did with the money, then you break down and you claim you're going to pay Shelly back with money you make from the documentary. You are a boundary violator in a bad way for the documentary. It is a good thing that they kick you out.
I don't want to get on this thing again. We've already had this
You're
discussion.
referring to Bob. That was never an agreement before I called Bob.
Okay, how about calling a timeout? Hey, I want to call a timeout, and then you keep going on and keep going on.
Time out.
Yes, I did.
She said, I don't want to talk anymore. And then you kept talking.
Let's say she doesn't want to talk.
And then, hey, I don't
You're doing it right now, JM. You're proving them right now, by the way.
like how you're talking to David. And then you continue to bully him. Look, bullying.
And I've admitted.
Look, if I was executive director, you're bullying.
And he says right there, yes, I admitted I was bullying the guy, and I'm sorry. It's like, damn, bro, why are you bullying on professional documentary time? That's crazy.
A fellow employee, you're out of here. It's like a no-tolerance policy. A no-tolerance policy.
You just admitted to bullying him, JM. You just admitted it, and now you're saying you didn't bully him.
And has no. Let me finish. It has no business in the world, and has even more or less business in people who confess to love Christ and to love each other. Do you understand? And when we extended you grace, you continue to bully him. That's not okay. Do you understand? That those things cross the line over and over and over again. Even when you were warned. Even let me finish. Even don't be thinking about what you're going to come back with. Try to listen to what I'm saying. You were warned repeatedly, and finally the straw broke. All right. There's no going back to fix it. It's over.
Later that same evening.
If in fact
You don't control me. You don't control me.
But if in fact you are my sister and I'm your brother, then we work out our differences.
JM, dude, my God, bro. They're trying to work right now with you to kick you out amicably, to make it fair. I'm sure she'd even pay for you to get home. And yet you can't have that because you know you have indebted yourself and you think that the documentary money is going to bail you out of debts that you incurred on your credit cards. That's exactly what's going on. You've proven that. Then they put up, which was the purpose of the meeting and many other previous meetings.
Scripture says that. Now, you can manipulate
Scripture also says.
Phil Blacka just said desperation from JM Fraud. Very true, Phil. Very true.
Be at peace with everyone as far as it is possible with you. And she has determined in her heart it is not possible to be at peace with you any longer. Can it make it more clear? All right. So now she's saying, hey, she wants to make it amicable. The only way to do that is to provide the documents, the invoices. All right. Are you willing to provide the invoices?
Invoices for what?
For everything spent on the Plain Truth production behind the curve.
Sure.
Behind what curve? Okay, he'll provide the invoices. All right.
But for what purpose?
Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. He is pulling a Kyle. He's pulling a Kyle. He's trying to not show the invoices. That's what this is all about, guys.
So that you can split things evenly. If you spend,
there is no splitting things evenly.
Look,
that's not how this works.
Listen to me.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Our agreement
And then what?
Our agreement was when she got in this, she said, I'm going to pay for the prices of food.
So you are saying that Shelly, listen, JM, you're trying to make the claim that Shelly said to you, hi, do you want to work on a documentary with me? And you said, sure, we can use my production company. And Shelly said, okay, I'm going to buy things to use on the documentary. And then you said, does my production company get to keep everything you buy so that it becomes my property? All the money you spend on this becomes my property? And then Shelly said, yes, I am a dum-dum. I'm the dumbest dum-dum that ever dummed in the whole world. No, that didn't happen, you ding-dong. For one, that's not in the paperwork. The opposite is in the paperwork. And two, why would any human being agree to buy you, a stranger that you've admitted until you guys started this documentary, you were a stranger to her. I have you admitting that. Why would she agree to buy your company thousands upon thousands upon thousands, up into the $20,000, $30,000 area, a bunch of cameras, drones, lenses, and filmmaking stuff? Why? You can't even tell us how that makes sense, dude. Yet you want us to believe that she said that. I don't believe it, JM. I believe that you thought what you could do is buddy up to her having a bunch of money that she's, for some ding-dong-ass reason, willing to spend on a Flat Earth documentary, and somehow be able to steal as much of the production stuff as you could by funneling it to your production company. That's fraud, dude. That's theft. That is grand theft. That's grand theft, JM.
Well, I already own $45,000.
You do not own. I have investigated this myself. When you put things out publicly, we can see what you're using to film with and what you have around you. You do not even have $500 worth of production equipment before this started. And you know what the awesome thing is about production equipment, JM? Production equipment is used to record reality. If you did have any of this production equipment before you started this with Shelly, you would be able to prove it in a heartbeat. You have not done that because you cannot. Your YouTube channel does not prove that because you are lying. Why do you make this stuff up? No one's believing you and no one's going to, JM. Not even any ding-dong flat earthers.
She's not asking for that equipment.
Right, but she's not getting the other thing either, because that was part of our initial agreement to even take on the project.
So he's claiming that he has all this equipment that he doesn't have. But then he even says right here, he says it. You're saying that she is going to give you the new equipment that she's buying to make this documentary. That's a lie, JM.
You said
16 paranoia-filled days later.
People do that.
Are we friends?
Not anymore.
Are we friends?
So now it's just about business. All right. So
here's how it's going down.
He tries to play the friend card. He wanted them to say yes so he could be like, friends don't kick each other out of a documentary because you're an inept dick. You don't do that to a friend.
I'm not handing over.
that's fine. I'll sue you.
Shelly, you better sue him. You better sue him. Don't let him get away. Even if it's only $3,000 in cameras and stuff, you better sue him. Don't let him. If you let him get away with this, he's going to keep doing it to people. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, UNIRock. Do you have evidence, Uni, that JM has done this to 5 other people on 5 other projects before Shelly? Yes, I do. We'll watch that in a little bit.
let's go.
Well, you guys have to take me back to the...
No, I'm not.
Do you hear him? Do you hear this entitled dum-dum? You, hey guys, I know I just said I'm going to steal your cameras and your footage, but you have to take me back to the airport. You have to do that. I can rip you off and steal from you and then expect you to drive me to the airport. That's JM Truth. Everybody out there, that's JM Truth. Make sure you know that in the future if you decide to subscribe to him, like his videos, give him money, whatever it may be. That's him.
I'm not taking you.
I'm subscribed to JM so that I know when he does his ding-dong videos, and I promise you, as soon as this saga's over, I am unsubscribing. But you yourself, you should unsubscribe now so that you take away that support from him. And if you want to see any of the ding-dong stuff he does, you can watch it here, because I'll be showing it.
You can stay here, right? I left you in a sleeping bag and slept sleeping.
Guys?
You see that? Why are you leaving him a sleeping bag and stuff to sleep in, Shelly? Now, here's the best part of the entire thing, and I used it as the thumbnail. Here's the best part of all of this. Observation. Do you see the backpack above? When we wrapped up for the evening, David noticed that instead of JM putting camera gear back in its cases, he stuffed it in his backpack wrapped in a towel. And if you look at his backpack, that is a stuffed backpack. Now, where do we see this stuff? Where do we see exactly what would fit in this backpack? Let me show you.
This is the purchase right
on,
there.
let me
I just showed them to you. And then we'll go back up here.
Do you see this right here? Do you see this right here? Do you see how this folds up really nice and neatly? See how all this stuff? You could cram all of that into a backpack. You get one big camera. You get a bunch of little cameras, a drone, an audio recorder, and the other things that you want to steal, and the goggles. That would fit in there if you fold the thing up and stump it in. So listen to this one more time. This is very important. When we wrapped up for the evening, David noticed that instead of JM putting the camera gear back in its proper cases, because all of this gear has its own big case. That way, if there's a wreck or something, the case will take all the impact and the camera gear won't be damaged. Instead of him putting the gear into its proper case, he was stuffing it in his backpack with a towel. I believe that. I believe that. Why else does he have this big-ass backpack in the casino video stuffed full of junk when they have these big vans to take all their stuff in? Why else is he carrying this backpack around right here? And why else? You know what it was? He started to feel like they were going to kick him out, so he decided to grab some stuff. Initially, this confused David. Why didn't JM protect the gear like he had every other time, putting it in the cases? David, I have to say this to you, sir. I don't know you, but you are one of the biggest ding-dongs that's ever ding-donged, okay? If you see somebody doing that with any of Shelly's stuff, you should have called the cops right then and there. That way they could get to the scene, look in his backpack, see that he didn't put it back in the case, and arrest him. That's where you messed up. That's where you gave him the power to steal this stuff. You see, it should be that there is a person on scene, Shelly probably, or maybe like somebody that Shelly really trusts, and they check that, make sure that every camera is in every case, and then every little thing is in every spot before they stop filming and all that. You know, and then you should be shouting it out. Have somebody say, okay, we got camera number here, camera case for this number here. Is the camera in the case? Where's this camera? We can't stop for the day until this camera's in this case. That's how we did it in the military. We had night vision goggles that we used out in the field and night vision scopes we put on our weapons. If we were in the field doing it and not in the combat zone, we had to shout it out. One time, they lost night vision goggles. We stayed in the field for a month. A month. I'm not kidding. Now, then they say, now we know he knew this was coming. He and Shelly, he had Shelly's 2 GH4 cameras. Well, weird. That's exactly what he was trying to say belonged to him. An assortment of lenses and extra batteries, all stuffed in his backpack. Also, all the SD cards with the footage from the week were hidden in his tactical vest. He's a thief. Once a thieving-ass criminal, always a thieving-ass criminal, unless they've had some kind of epiphany and they've really proven it. And I mean proven it over years, not over a day or a week or a month or 6 months. Shelly purchased all this equipment for the production with her own money because JM lied to her about having his own equipment and being adequate to shoot a production of this magnitude. So that's why Shelly bought all this stuff. That's why they did another GoFundMe. Well, JM shows up and made a bunch of excuses. Well, I would have brought this big camera that I do own, even though all of my YouTube videos are not shot with it. But it's broken and I couldn't bring it. Or I lent it to Billy Joe Dean over there 2 months ago and I don't have it. He made excuses for everything. His production company should have had all the production gear And they shouldn't have had to buy anything. That's what made JM a valuable, a person to work with and bring in for the documentary. And he shows up down there with nothing, and Shelly has to go spend $20,000 buying all this crap. Except that JM decided that he would buy some stuff using the GoFundMe money, and he's trying to grab everything he can and run off. He thinks that everything is filmed with any camera belongs to him now because it's his production company. It's not your production company the minute Shelly's equipment starts being used. That's her production. If you don't own the shit, it's not yours, JM. In JM's video, you can see Shelly's cameras on the upper right shelf behind him. Wow. Who's the thief now, JM? Ironically, this is what I've been saying since this whole thing started. If you go back and watch my initial breakdown, I've been saying this since this all started because it was obvious. Well, and because that's what Shelly was claiming, and JM's didn't make sense, and the evidence didn't add up.
Then I'll call the cops. All right.
Strike 300. He threatened to call the cops.
Epilogue.
Summary. There was no point in continuing. Shelly had already paid JM's law. Hey, the Sun Express. You guys notice how JM started doing the hand toss scene flip like the way FTFE had been doing for some time? No, I didn't. Explain it. Type it in the chat for me. Where are we at here? Oh, I got interrupted reading. Shelly had already paid for JM's lodging, and there was shuttle service from the casino to Salt Lake City for only $20, so JM could catch his flight the next day. We only found out later that he had no money. Who does that? Again, the question is, what happened to the crowdfunding money? There was no way we were traveling with him further. So let's think about that for a second. JM was the beneficiary of the crowdfunding money so that he could travel, he could buy food, he could buy taxi cabs, Ubers, whatever he needed, right? Now, what you do, and I've done this when I've worked for companies in the past, if you don't save a receipt, like when I was in Florida training for a thing I was doing, I'm not going to say which, but I took a lot of taxis down there because, I didn't have a car down there. Now, when they wrote me, when I wrote their tip and then they gave me the little thingy, I kept it and took it back and put it in a thing. And when I got back to Ohio, I gave it to my boss, and then it came out of, the company money. I didn't pay for any of that. They sent me down there to train. But if I would have lost a receipt, let's say that I took a cab drive for $20 and I didn't have it there, it wouldn't be paid by the company money. I would have had to pay it out of my paycheck. And that's how it works. The problem is that JM isn't employed by Shelly, and she's literally just out everything. Not only did JM take the GoFundMe money, not only did he take footage, which that footage is worth a lot, honestly. It's worth whatever percentage of footage would have made it into the documentary, and it's worth that percentage of the proceeds of the documentary gone. And not only that, you have to spend so much more time replacing that footage. You got to pay everybody there for how much time they put in and all that. If this was a real production, it would cost tens of thousands of dollars if they lost a day of footage. Probably more than that, but let's say they lost a week of footage like they're alleging JM stole. For a real production, that would just be massive. Now, this is a Flat Earth ding-dong documentary, so Shelly is only out what she spent and the time she spent, right? I would say JM costed her like maybe $18,000. Truly. He costed her a lot of arguing, a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of the footage, and then on top of that, the equipment that he stole plus the GoFundMe money. Yeah, I'd say it's right around $10,000 to $20,000 in the upper part of it. When we left the cafe and the casino, JM followed us and wouldn't leave us alone. David called security in the video you've probably seen. That's the casino video. Hey, great. To it. Thanks, man. There is so much more minutia not worth mentioning here. JM never provides. I remember. Do you remember the channel? I remember. Yeah, I remember that. JM never provides proof in his video, accusations, or online. We have provided evidence for every claim we have made, and there is much more. They have. That's what the impressive part of this is that Shelly and these guys have provided a lot of evidence. JM filed a police report claiming that we stole his equipment. The case was dismissed by the Wendover PD. Shelly has decided to forge her own production company, Shelly Lewis Films, and continue production on The Plain Truth. Bad idea, Shelly. You're going to just bomb because you're doing a ding-dong flat earth documentary. Whatever, though, without Joshua Michael Gennari's involvement. You know, has anybody ever searched for a criminal record for this guy? Because I just have a feeling he's probably a freaking criminal thief. Thank you, everyone, for your love and support. We all make mistakes, but the key is to learn from them. Shelly now has legal representation to ensure this never happens again. Yeah, this should have never happened. You a ding-dong, ding-dong. Shelly, Wendell, and David, we'll see you at FEIC 2019. Isn't that funny? This is backed by the Globebusters, FEIC, and the FE Corps. They all have something to do with this ding-dongery. We'll be shooting interviews for the movie, but stop by whenever you find us for a quick pic if you go in the Plain Truth documentary as the face of Flat Earth. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means, you Flat Earth ding-dongs. And when you see something on social media, remember, this will be the third time I am coming to you. By the mouth of 2 or 3 witness, every word shall be established. 2 Corinthians. What are you putting the Bible in here for? Seriously, leave this out of it. There are 2 sides to every story. The first one to speak sounds true until you hear the other side, and they set the record straight. What about when the side gets debunked, like in the Flat Earth, right? What happens when you've got factual evidence that debunks somebody, Shelly? Did you adhere to that factual evidence, or do you ignore it so you can keep believing in the Flat Earth? Yeah, seriously. Late breaking news. A text from JM Truth to Wendell. Let's see here. I got to get some music playing for this. Here we go. Late breaking news. I just showed the world that you're a digital thief as well. You really should return my equipment before you get caught with it. I have proof from GD, Google Drive. I'm not making that up. Look, this is his text messages. Oh my God, that's ding-dongy as hell, dude. I love it. I love the ding-dongery. And then they go in to show that Wendell actually wrote all of these, not, JM wrote these, Wendell wrote these, and who cares? Who cares? I don't even care about that ding-dongery. The best thing we can do now is to simply ignore JM and warn people not to donate to him and to unsubscribe. So yeah, JM just got kicked out of Flat Earth. Now I guess Grand Theft Flat Earth is really JM Truth kicked out of Flat Earth episode 8. I don't know. Wait until the lawyers get a hold of him. So they are threatening to sue him. Postscript, Joshua, it's time to stop, or do we have to clock you with more receipts? Yes, you do have to clock him with more receipts, please. Not only is it good content for my channel, but also it helps establish your innocence, Shelly, Wendell, and you guys. But even more than that, if you don't clock him with, everything you got, then he's just going to keep coming at you, and he's going to imagine this, Shelly and Wendell. What if JM uses conspiracy theory in the same way he lies about the shape of the earth to lie to the community and somehow use conspiracy to spin them against you? You better dump everything you got, because historically, people can do that, Shelly. People can create a conspiracy theory and turn people against you, Shelly. JM's pretty good at that. He is a master manipulator and a master liar, Shelly. Now, we've got more for you today. I never expected to be online this early, but stay right here. The ding-dongery only gets more dingy and dongy. Ding-dongy, if you will. Very ding-dongy. That's right, James. Yes. The most important thing is more content for this channel, damn it. We have to have something to laugh at every day. All right. Now, we've got more drama from Facebook. Let's take a look. Shelly Lewis from David's physical production folder. It is my project that was made before Joshua tried to hijack it. Stay tuned. More lies from JM Lies. P.S. I have proof that I was 25% owner of JM Truth Production. Yeah, you know, do you realize, JM, Shelly factually can prove in a court of law that she owns JM Truth Production 25%. That means anything you do on YouTube, anything you do in documentary form, you've got to pay Shelly 25% of everything you make from it. And if you don't, she can take you to court and get you for it now. You better disband JM Truth Productions and make some new production company, because if you use JM Truth, she gonna come Shelly M. Truth ya. Just saying. All right. Producer, 100% authority. Michelle Lewis. Shelly. 49% decision-making authority plus 2% if needed for a tiebreaker. 51% total to Shelly. Joshua Michael Gennari, 49% decision-making authority. Then they list more people. This could really help to seal the info we need. This proves that you were a major shareholder. Joshua cannot refute this evidence. Where did you find this? JM Truth Productions editors page. Shelly Lewis, you are stupid. This is JM calling her stupid. By the way, JM, the more you insult Shelly, the more you put her down and treat her like shit, the more you prove that she had a right to kick you out and get you out of her documentary, and that you are a thief and a liar, and you're never going to live this down. The internet will not let you forget this. I'm just saying. That percentage was a director for the film, not in the company. Let's see here. I don't see how that works. Why would they have... Wait. So for every film that's made, the producers get to just say, hey, just for this film, you know, I mean, maybe. Show me the evidence, JM, because I think what Shelly's providing is pretty good here. And based off of what you've said, she's proving her case. Now, if you've got some kind of evidence that refutes this, I'll give it to you. But sorry. This is because you really are ignorant and don't know the business. I tried to tell you. JM, I'm sorry, dude. I'm not trying to be mean. Everything you've done, every little thing you've done has proven that you know nothing about this business. You don't even know anything about YouTube, dude. Seriously, you don't know anything about even editing a video. You don't even know how to do 2 different camera angles effectively, JM. I'm not trying to put you down. Go learn this stuff. Actually, go to a real school. Go to college, dude. You need it. Can you? Is that the problem? You can't graduate if you go somewhere? This is because you really are ignorant. I never gave you any percentage in the company. They aren't the same thing, Shelly. You still are a there. What? You still are a there, as I told you not to leave with the equipment. I guess he's trying to say thief here. But JM, she just proved she owned it all. You admitted she bought it all. You weren't allowed to leave with the equipment, you ding-dong. Okay, that's what we just saw? All right. So this is Shelly, 12 hours. Sean Knuckleberg. Seems as though an 8th grader wrote that. Nothing professional in that at all. Does he present himself that way in person? Yes, and he's verbally abusive, says Shelly. Sean replies, I think if I was accused of misappropriation, I'd want to go sit and go over the records and receipts. The way he jumps to denial just screams guilt. It's sad. Shelly replies, yes, it's very sad. Mike jumps in. Sean, exactly, is what I thought when I saw the video in the casino. Twice was mentioned for him to show the receipts, and he just glazed right over that and didn't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Everybody, even though, see, this shows that even flat earthers sometimes aren't complete ding-dongs, just partial ding-dongs. Shelly Lewis says here, to David Hunt, and I have 100% proof I was part of the production company. Yes, and every decision is ultimately yours. Shelly says, yes, Joshua was fired from the documentary. Yes, at midnight on Saturday, the 2nd of November. He says he fired us at 3:45 a.m., but we have video proof that Wendell recorded before 3:45. The coward blocked me just because I said his videos didn't prove anything against you, Shelly. He's a liar And that's his MO, Shelly replies. We've read this, not all of it. Christopher Clifton adds in, this Down syndrome hippie is getting on my nerves. I see the name calling, and right off the bat, this guy acts like a child. He's calling you stupid, but he's the one walking around with resting dipshit face. Oh my God, bro. So, again, I pulled this out at the end. This is the most damning thing about the video Shelly made. You got him lugging around this backpack. You've got the entire thing basically resting on the fact that JM, instead of putting the cameras away, he put... And this is another thing here, too. JM, why are these cameras and everything not in their cases? Where are their cases? Let's see those cases today in the next few hours. Let's see you produce the cases and show that those cameras fit specifically in those cases. Nobody throws away a camera case. And cameras that expensive do come in cases. Let's see you provide everything that shows it. Get it out. Because we want to know that you didn't yank this stuff from the back of the van when you were getting fired from the documentary. Because that's what they not only claim, but prove. In JM's video, you can see Shelly's cameras in the upper right-hand shelf behind him. It's sad. But this goes even further, my friends. You know me. I wouldn't go live this early in the day when I never go live this early in the day and just have what I've shown you ready for you. Oh, no. We've got a video on JM's channel where he describes many other times where he has had this same thing happen in trying to do projects with other people. That's right, JM constantly steals from people, constantly lies about things, constantly wrecks projects. We want to see it. I want to see it. I know you want to see it. I think we should see it. We've got the Sun Express. JM and Sleepy Quacker wearing lab coat in their science video strikes me as a practice. What? Okay. Goodbye. Get out of my channel, you ding-dong. Take your money with you. I knew you were trolling. Hi, Luca. How you doing, Luca? You still butthurt about that, buddy? Yeah, I know. I know, big guy. I know. You know, they just can't stand it. They're my biggest fans, and they just can't stand that I don't like them. I think they ding-dongs. I think they just as ding-dongy as the flatties, and they just can't stand it.
Donate $1, $5, whatever you got to the project, and we will add you to the credits of the film. And in Patreon, there are incentives that go along with that. Also, I have a science website called jmtruth.com that you can also go and visit, become a member of, and watch as I update different scientific stuff there. My journey is a unique one. I almost didn't want to do my testimony just because I've lived long enough and experienced enough that sometimes it's a pretty incredible story, and so I've chosen to keep it to myself. And I've had a few friends from the radio station and from the production crew and
oh my God, I love it.
You need to give your testimony. So here we go. We're going to head down this trail together, you and I. So Rick, are you there? He seems to be frozen, I guess. Okay, so give me 1 second, folks, and I'm going to quickly make one adjustment. And I actually just need to get my coffee here so that my mouth isn't getting parched as I'm talking. So, anyway.
Oh my God, shut up, JM.
In junior high, I was part of a marching band.
Oh, we're going to hear his entire life story? Is that what we're gonna hear? His entire life story, huh? In Flat Earth, JM Doof is definitely winning. TFOTY. Oh man, I know. I don't know how anybody else is gonna submit anyone else but this guy. He came in and just came in on the last at the 5-yard line and just knocked it out of the park, bro.
Stupid. It actually means you have some challenges reading, but so did Einstein.
I don't play football. Sorry.
And all of a sudden I realized that my intelligence had nothing to do with my reading disability.
So he does have a reading disability. Oh, okay. Well, look, buddy, we all have those issues, you know.
And my parents wound up getting my IQ tested and very quickly realized I really enjoyed music, so I picked up the trumpet and started playing trumpet. I loved moving, and so moving meaning like movement and martial arts and that kind of stuff. And I picked up on stuff visually and physically very quickly. In junior high, I was part of a marching band. High school, in my junior and senior year of my sophomore year, my parents decided they were going to move to Alaska. So they picked up the whole family, all of us, and we all moved to Alaska. And in my junior year, the high school that I was going to, Nikiski High School, had a modern dance company. And I was asked by the director to audition for their high school dance company. So I did, and really kind of fell in love with dance. I still like movement and ballet. And so in high school and college, I did, my first round of college, went to University of Alaska Anchorage.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm getting a lot of stuff submitted to the current live stream room, and I was just reminding some people in Discord, don't drop things in the current live stream room unless they relate to the current live stream or a future live stream. Like, there were some random memes thrown in there that didn't apply to this, so I deleted them. I don't mind it that you just throw the random memes in the general room or a different room. But Shug just put in, Mr. Shagura just put this in, and this is perfect. Yes, put anything like this in the current live stream room. That's what the current live stream room is for. Any meme you make that is that relates to the current stream we're doing, throw it in there. That's what it's for. That way you guys have a way to submit any meme you want to make, anything you want. I will tweet them out too. I will get your memes out on Twitter. I'll get them out there to people. I'll even use them as thumbnails. I'm thinking about putting this as the thumbnail for this stream. It's so good. I think I will. Hold on. What was my thumbnail? Let me go find it. Let's hear it. Let's hear him talk a little bit. And if I don't like the thumbnail that I used, then I'll replace it with that one, because that's a good thumbnail. Let me figure it out.
Ballet and modern dance, and with the university dance corps,
And let me get my live chat opened in front of me, because now that I'm not reacting to the main video, I got the live chat in front of me now, so I can see what you guys are saying.
Upon graduation of high school, I went into the Army as well. It was National Guard. My first 6 years were National Guard, and with the Alaskan Army National Guard, with a long-range reconnaissance unit.
Did you ever go active? Because you stated that you were a combat medic that saw combat, that was trained with every weapon and all this crazy, and you went to modified sniper school and all this stuff. Were you ever active?
Up at Fort Richardson. And also, while I did that, I was also going to college. And had just had a really...
I like this one better. I do. I'm going to go ahead and put that up. That's a good one.
Really good time. After that, I took a break. About 97, I took a break and went to London for a year. Met a young lady. She and I came back to the States. Had our first child together. And then we wound up getting divorced and separating. And I wound up shortly after that, getting together with another young lady. And we got married in 2001, on 9/11, actually. I had a profound experience where the Holy Spirit, I heard say,
Did he just say he got married on 9/11/2001?
I was watching the towers fall on 9/11, and a voice inside me said, "Josh, this is treason." And of course, being a soldier, you know what the word treason means. I couldn't prove it was treason, but I sort of rejected that whole idea that it was treason. I was like, no, the government wouldn't do that. They wouldn't, they wouldn't do that to us. And so shortly after that, in 2003, I got deployed with the first wave that went to Iraq as a combat medic. Now, to go back actually a little bit here, when I graduated high school, I went into the MEP station and sat down, took the ASVAB.
Wait,
and
what?
The station. When I graduated high school,
Oh, okay.
I went into the MEP station and sat down, took the ASVAB, and the recruiter came back with the results and sat me down. He says, well, you scored really, really, really well. And he was trying to kind of play it off, I guess. And he said, if you could do anything in the military, what would you want to do? And I didn't give it much thought at the time, but I did wind up, saying, Father, if I ever stray from you, I don't care what happens. So that was cool. Not cool for her, obviously, but it was cool that, I spoke something and it happened.
What?
I'm not a big, as far as, the Jesuits and what they do versus what
I'm playing for the video, and you play your 10-minute shift for the radio.
This is a Flat Earth News Brief, and I'm your host, Rick Lotek. The Flat Earthers have a supporter in Matthew Boylan, former NASA Operational Graphics Manager who was above ground level.
This is ding-dongy as hell, bro. This is some ding-dong shit.
Video. Well, I think one of his first videos came out, and I remember rolling on the floor laughing. Now, folks, I was not a flat earther.
Okay, good. Negative summed it up for us. Negative said that he tries to explain how he's been screwed over, but not just in productions. He's had bad luck with his wives, allegations against him that caused him to leave that school. A drill sergeant that bullied him, a family in Texas where the wife becomes demonic and charged him so that they had to move again. Charged at him so that they had to move again. His landlady at the next house told him that he could run the property, but she apparently went crazy as well. This whole thing is just a life of being the victim, but from what I've seen and have recorded, he's the one that has the problem. I have even a video stream of him going off on Nathan Thompson twice. Oh my Lord. So this whole stream is basically just a accounting of his entire life and where, from his perspective, obviously, and where it went so wrong. In this video, Joshua Michael gives his testimony for the first time. He will cover his early years, high school, college, religion, and many other. So we're going to probably be interested in what he says later on, because that's where he's going to get into these other projects that have happened. Yeah, but I just have to say this. He's got a lot of things in common with the guy I know, DNAJ Lion 7. He's a scammer on the other end of the spectrum.
I didn't want to be a flat earther. I still don't want to be a flat earther, actually.
Well, you just go to school. All you got to do is go to school. Explain how our world works in a model form with the Terminator line, where the sun is, where the moon is, and where the earth is. You'll realize that the only shape that can produce the Terminator line in half of the world in night and half of the world in day is a globe. Very quickly, you'll realize that. No flat earther has ever given an explanation for this that could not be easily debunked, simply debunked. It's not complicated, JM. Go back to school, take one class, you'll be done being a flat earther.
It just so happens that the evidence is what it is. And
oh, God, dude. This just proves that you're dishonest. It just shows how that people who do believe in flat earth are dishonest. They can't admit the truth to themselves. They can't see reality. That's what this all means.
my father has said it is what it is as well and confirmed that which I've tested. So
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Sorry. Just because they say that the four corners of the world and all this crap, it doesn't mean that the earth is flat. You guys are misinterpreting it. Did you go study biblical, what's it called where you study the Bible and the words that, you know, the Bible is translated, you ding dong. There's a lot of different, certain sentences in the Bible are debated over and over and over again. How do you know that's what was said? How do you know it's not a bad translation? Have you studied it? Is it your expert opinion after learning the original language and learning what it means and how to speak it and then trying to show people why you think that's what it says? No, you're just being a ding-dong. You're a surface-level ding-dong, ding-dong.
Anyway, I remember making fun of him, and I showed Jackie, and Jackie and I both kind of laughed and blew it off. And, oh, my gosh, this guy's an idiot and thinks the earth's flat. And that's kind of last I...
Is Jackie your wife, sir? Is Jackie one of the wives that you had problems with? Is that who she is?
Thought of it. We moved to Texas. So now...
Yes, I do, Casual Spaceman. That's how Look, if you want to get a hold of me, you need to join my Discord. That's the only way to get a hold of me. My Twitter DMs get blown up. My Twitter gets blown up. My email gets blown up. I say my email always gets a hold of me, but we're backed up on my email right now, too. Although, every day around dinner time, I jump into Discord in general and sit and talk to everybody. So join my Discord. Yes, for sure. It's his current wife. Wait. Someone just tagged me. I think it was Negative. Hold up. Negative just said, I think that it was his current wife. Yes, it's his current wife. Okay, gotcha.
Going through this, I'm going to a church called Church Under the Bridge. And it literally is under a bridge.
Wow. So it's a church full of trolls.
And
they live under a bridge, do they, JM?
Had been part of the prayer group, and the pastor had made me one of the prayer leaders in the church. And so as I'm learning all this new stuff, I'm changing the way that I'm praying. And so the pastor of this church, Jimmy, sits me down. We go for a private talk. And because I have all these questions now, I've got this big book. I bought the It's a Fair, and I have this big book, and I've got all these questions. And all of a sudden, I'm like, hey, how come this says this? How come this is missing? Eventually it's frustrated at me. And at the time, I was wearing my white hat.
You call it a hat? That's what that's called? There's not a special name for that? Is it a bandana? Is it a shirt that you ripped up? Is it a dish rag? I want to know what you're wearing, JM.
An embroidered hat that I have on a lot. And he says to me, he says, look, you're sounding kind of Jewish.
What did he say? What did he say to you, Betty? He said that to you?
And I said, why? Because I'm asking questions. I'm not Jewish. And he says...
Listen, if you want to join my Discord, what you need to do is sometimes I'll give out links in the live chat, but we keep our Discord very closed up tight. So what you need to do is, once you've been in my streams a couple times and you want to join, you can email me. Sometimes I don't get back to you quick, though. So I might put a link in the chat today. I might. And if I do, the first thing you have to do after joining is to go into the general room, tag the moderators by typing @moderators, and then tell them your YouTube name and tell them that it's you. Because if they don't know who you are and you can't prove that it's you, we're going to probably kick you out. And if you do join my Discord, do not get mad if you get kicked out. We kick people a lot just because we try not to have trolls in the Discord. So we try to identify, not identify you as in your home or anything like that or where you live. We identify that that's the same YouTube account that's in the Discord. That's what we try to do. You get me? We'll ask you to go to my live stream area and type, something in the live stream chat or whatever. We'll just do something to verify that that's you off of Discord. You know what I'm saying? But I might do a link later in the chat. I don't know. But yeah, email me if you want to join. I'll get you guys in. And if you are already on Discord and you've got Team Skeptic or somebody, I think Team has a couple links he can give out and stuff like that.
Well, why don't you go worship with the Jews? And I said, wait a minute. Isn't this an intra-denominational church? Now, if you don't know what
you don't get it, though? Denominational isn't different religions, JM. That's what he's trying to say to you. Denominational is, you got the type of religion, and then each religion has denominations. You got me? So if you're like a different religion, then it doesn't matter what the denomination is, dude.
Interdenominational church is. That's a church that accepts everyone.
No, it's not. It's a church that accepts everybody from that religion.
Like, they're all inclusive.
So a Satanist could join a Christian church because it's denominational. No.
But apparently, the questions I was asking, he could not answer. And he was strictly Baptist. And if you know anything about Waco, Texas.
I can't hear this. I'm skipping ahead.
And all of a sudden, my sons and I were out there doing landscaping. And it was awesome. Loved it.
Yeah, no, that's true. But this is a Google Hangout. You know, you'd think that if he had all this equipment, he'd be streaming in OBS like I am. But no, you know, that's what I always say about the guy. He doesn't bother to do anything at a good level with a good quality. So why do you spend all this money on this equipment that you said $60,000 before you even joined the documentary when you don't even use a program that can accept that? Like the program that I'm using can accept all the way up to 4K, 60 frames a second. I could put out 15 megabits a second if I want up to YouTube. He can't do that with Hangouts. Hangouts is like 200K a second. Look at it.
Had a great time. And as I continued down this
200K is way less than 15 megabits. It's not, 200K is like, you know, it takes 10K to make 1 megabit. You got me?
This road, eventually my father says, Josh, my father, back when I was, God says, wait a minute, Elijah, come here, buddy. I've got 600 other prophets in the wings. Don't get an ego. I'm paraphrasing.
Are you saying you're a prophet? Because that's the same thing DNA Lyons said. Are you saying that you're a prophet? Do you realize you can't call yourself a prophet? Other people have to determine that you're a prophet.
But that's basically what happened. And so all of a sudden the father says, Josh, wait. You're not the only flat earther here. There's a remnant. Now that word is important. If you understand scripture, the word remnant, you know, has a very special meaning. Okay, remnant being a small group of people. I have a remnant on Earth, and I said, "Wow!" So I started looking into other flat earthers, and I came across Patricia Steer, Mark Sargent,
what up,
Nathan
B-ball?
Thompson. I'm not sure. I didn't run into Nathan at that time. Nathan was later, but I hadn't looked on Facebook. I had only looked on YouTube, and so you know all your big flat earther names, you know, all of a sudden.
Nathan Thompson isn't a big flat earther name. The dude only gets 100 views a video, big guy.
Popped up, and I watched hours and hours of Rob Skiba and Patricia Steer and Mark, and but I was like, dude, there's not a huge community here still, and so I started doing videos and.
Yeah, that the community has died, you ding dong. The debunkers have slayed you. Seriously, no one who is honest can stay a flat earther. You have to have you have to either be willing to ignore and avoid all debunking videos and all evidence, or you've got to be very dishonest to still be a flat earther on YouTube, at least after everything that's happened. Yes, JM, you are correct there.
Started doing hit pieces on people that started mocking flat earthers, and I realized that's...
Well, you need to be mocked. Dishonest people need to be laughed at. It needs to happen. Seriously. It's so funny that you think anyone believes what you're saying or believes any of the stuff that comes out of your mouth. It's hilarious. It really is, dude.
It's not the way to go either, and I was trying to live my life, trying to walk in righteousness as much as possible. And
no, you're not, sir.
So I started realizing...
No, you're not trying to walk in righteousness if you're saying that the earth is... If you're deceiving people, if you're stealing from Shelly, if you're sitting here like, you know, doing all these things. No, you're not, JM. You're just a liar. You're just dishonest.
Or started researching scripture and who the Messiah was for 2 years. I worked in a lot of different departments. I got to work up at Labor and Delivery, L&D, and that I just finished installing the week prior. I was not a happy camper, folks. Was not a happy camper. So I took all the tubing. I had, I don't know how many tubes of conduit conduit piping in the river to create the pressure for the tube system, and then I took the black vinyl.
Are you literally describing every day of your whole life? My God.
NASA documents, all the CIA documents.
Okay, here we go. Maybe we can get some ding-dongery out of this.
Pilot, pilot. And a lot of our interviews are going to be with pilots and their experience.
Well, you're going to have a really hard time proving the flat Earth then.
Flying. So, shout out to Sean Hawkins. Hey, sorry, dude. When I've got fighter pilots and Air Force pilots and Army pilots and helicopter pilots, all that say that they know
you're lying.
The caging of the gyroscope or the caging of the my brain's
brains.
The altimeter has to be caged.
Brains. Oh, my brains. Oh, my brains. Oh, altimeter.
Caged against the runway. Then they're flying flat and level. There's no curve.
Oh, God, you are really dumb, bro.
And based on nothing more than the fact that it is killing.
Is he talking to a ferret?
Which the murderer Kane is guilty of. Killing.
Yeah, he's talking to a ferret. He's talking literally to a ferret.
He died 900 and some odd years later. Or whatever the beginning.
Well, awesome, Chris. I'll jump in then. For you UK guys are good around this time. I'll start doing more streams this time then. I like to try to give streams all throughout different time frames. I've just been busy lately, so luckily we had this fall in our lap early. That stream I showed you from Shelly. Shelly's unlisted expose against JM. So yeah, we had a reason to get on live early, but I'll go live early more often for sure.
The count was. But he lived almost 1,000 years. But Father said, on this day, he didn't say tomorrow. So he said,
I know, Sean. Yeah, an altimeter is not a gyroscope. I know,
on
dude.
this day, you will surely die. Or on that day, you'll surely die. So that means within 1,000 years that he took it, yes, he died.
And then I've actually lost touch with the gentleman, and then so that I could apologize to him. If you're listening, bro, I'm so sorry.
Marines were.
Oh, I gotta hear this.
It's like the Truman character in the movie Truman.
Right.
I was like,
no, that's called a mental disorder. Sorry, when you think that you're living the Truman Show and all these cameras are watching you and you're the star of a film and you're the key centerpiece, that's called a mental disorder. That's called narcissism.
that
you're not the key piece. There are many people in this world. You're just one out of billions. It doesn't make you any less special, but it also doesn't make you any more special.
That amazing look on his face. And then another character from a different movie, that Roddy Piper character, when he found out the aliens were there, he shook his head and said, "It figures." That's how I was. I was the same way. I was like,
okay, so Russ just Russ, hey, what's up, buddy? That's the boss of our radio station. Just said he'd like to hear about the story between me and John Pounder, so I'm gonna share that here real quick. So basically, I had accepted the fact that we were not meant to eat meat. The Father had revealed His truth to me.
That you're not meant to eat meat? Well, I'm sorry, sir, but I disagree. That's all I'll say.
Even to the point where...
Yeah, I know, Forrest. Exactly. Why wasn't JM using his pro camera gear for this one?
Where I had gone...
Back in June.
Said to the Father, is it really a sin? And when she took me through the 10...
I missed... Hey, Fight! Good to see you, buddy. I never get you in here. I need to start going live a little earlier, and then I can get Fight in here. Yeah, let me give you a recap. Let me give everybody a recap. Great suggestion, Fight. And glad you're here, man. I never see you in my streams because we're always streaming at the same time. I got to get you in here to talk sometime. Get you and Team in here, and we'll make fun of some stuff and laugh at some stuff. But it'll be a good time. Anyway, Fight the Flat Earth jumped in. If you're not subbed to Fight, go sub. And let me sum up everything we've went through up to now, because we've been live for a while. Okay. All right. Let me grab these screenshots too, because they'll help. All right, we're good to go. So here's what we got. Good old JM. After what's happened the last couple days, I've dubbed it Grand Theft Flat Earth. JM claims that Shelly stole some of his equipment and unlawfully booted him out of the documentary, and that he had the rights to continue the documentary, not Shelly. He's the one that was doing this, not Shelly. Made a lot of claims in his videos. Well, luckily, earlier today, and that's why I jumped online early. Earlier today, good old Shelly uploaded a video. I don't know who did the video for her. I don't know if Shelly did it. I don't know if she had somebody do it. Anyway, Shelly put up a video. It's unlisted, so fight if you want it. I can get it to you. Let me know. It's in my Discord, current live stream room, if you want it. Negative. Send it to Fight so he has a copy of it. And I would download it, Fight, if I'd 100% download this, because it'll probably disappear once they find out the debunkers have a hold of it. Maybe it won't. So Shelly did this video where she just unloads evidence after evidence after evidence that JM Truth is lying. She puts more video. This has a lot of video in it from a conversation that Shelly and JM Truth had before the famous casino video that everyone's seen. So let me give you a small clip. JM admits that Shelly owns 25% of his production company. By the way, Shelly also put evidence up on the screen from a while long ago when this all first started, that she actually owns 52% of her production company and gets to make every final decision in her company.
You own 25% of James.
You own, to Shelly, 25% of JM Truth Productions. So even Shelly owns 52% of hers, and she owns 25% of JM's. It's insanity. Then she puts up on the screen, of course, proof to back up everything. It goes further. She just goes into exposing how many times JM was angry and mean and nasty and, just being a dick, and how they sat there calmly telling him, we are kicking you out. We can't work with you anymore. And they keep telling him why over and over and over again. They keep telling JM why he's getting kicked out. Reasons like he's very rude. He bullied several people that are on the production, like staff members, bullied them, was specifically told not to bully them because him being somebody who's filming and directing and doing what he's doing cannot be bullying people on the production. And he kept doing it. They said that alone should get him fired. But they named so many other things. I won't go through all of them because, of course, a lot of you guys have already seen it. So not only that, Shelly proves that JM Truth was allowed to cash out the GoFundMe, but it did not mean that he was in charge of the GoFundMe. The GoFundMe money was raised for the documentary. And then she proves that she has already turned JM Truth into the crowdfunding, the Department of the crowdfunding campaigns that deal with fraud, deal with misappropriation of money, and she puts evidence on the screen that proves that she has turned JM Truth in. Not only that, Shelly puts evidence on the screen that she is the sole copyright owner of the Plain Truth documentary. She secured the copyright before all of this happened. So everything JM is saying about him being able to continue the project, everything JM is saying, Shelly just smashed it all and proved that it's all a big lie. But the one thing that I like that is in this video that got leaked out, it's unlisted, but we'll get you the link, Fight, is that Shelly also proves that these are her cameras, this is her equipment, and that JM is basically lying and keeping footage from her, and that they even alleged that, okay, the last night of shooting, when they had talked to JM and they had started to realize they were going to, very close to having that conversation to sit down and kick him out, right? after they had, gotten in this argument about him bullying people, at the end of that day, one of the people on production noticed that JM was stuffing cameras, drones, lenses, and SD cards and other things into his backpack and into his vest. And when they went to confront him about all that, that's what we saw in the casino. And they basically were like, not only have you done all these other things, JM, you're trying to steal from us. And he's saying, I'm not stealing. These are mine. But then Shelly puts up evidence that JM admits that Shelly bought this. We've already seen that anyway. But anyway, it's a lot more. Let me play just a tiny bit for anyone that wasn't here earlier, because it's really good.
Because we've made it really clear to you what the issues are. You're not even listening to what I'm saying. What you're doing is you're thinking about how to rebut, how to come back. You're not.
No, I'm trying to save this project.
Okay, so tell you what, if you really listen to us, what is the issue, Joshua? What's the issue? What's the biggest issue?
The biggest issue is my attitude.
No? Biggest issue is your pride. Pride is not an attitude.
She has pride.
See, and the reflex. Pride is a condition of the heart. But you know what? You know what? We're not going around again. We're choosing not to. We're sending a clear...
Anyway, this video, you've got to watch the whole thing. I wish they would have put out the whole thing. They've only put out some clips of it. They say it goes on for like 40 minutes, and it's a lot of arguing, but I think it'd be value. Shelly, Wendell, whoever, if you see this, please put out the whole damn video, please. We need this. We have to see this. Everybody should see this. We were regrouping at another restaurant trying to decide what to do, to continue the insanity or just end it. As soon as JM texted us that he was having a problem, we left him to get our gear and meet him, and you can see here his crisis is feigned. He basically tried to say the whole time he was having, hey guys, I'm sorry I was bullying that guy. Hey guys, I'm sorry I called Shelly names. Hey guys, I'm sorry I was mean. Hey guys, I'm sorry I said that I would take everything and continue without you. I was having a diabetic fit. That was why. You can't blame me for that. It'll make me a victim if you guys blame me for having a diabetic fit. One of the funniest things, though, is what JM does at the end of this video. He actually sends text messages to Wendell. He says, I just showed the world that you're a digital thief as well. You really should return my equipment before you get caught with it. I have proof from GF, from GD, from Google Drive. So he can't even spell. He can't even type it out right. Anyway, so the ultimate claim from JM is that when him and Shelly, to sum this all up, JM is claiming that Shelly started this thing, met him, basically told him, hey, I'm working on this. I'm making this documentary. Can you help? If you really are a director, a producer, and have a production company, do you want to help? He's like, okay, fine. Now, when he's claiming that when he joined into Shelly's thing, that Shelly said to him, eventually, they realized that JM didn't bring any cameras. He didn't bring any filming equipment, any lights. And that's what his production company was supposed to bring. It's like, hey, you've got a production company. You've got $65,000 in equipment. Bring it with you. We'll use it to film our documentary, and you can, help us with it and be a producer. And JM's like, cool. Well, he gets there, and he doesn't have any of this stuff. So Shelly had to buy everything. She had to buy all new cameras, all new lenses, all new equipment. JM agrees to that. JM admits that is the case. Shelly had to buy all of this. What JM would have us believe is that Shelly, even though she started this before even talking to JM at all, when she teamed up with him, agreed to let JM's production company have all of the equipment that Shelly bought for her documentary. And I don't believe it. I don't think anybody believes that Shelly would do that. Why would Shelly team up with JM just to give JM $20-some thousand in cameras, lenses, and lighting and batteries and all this and drones and all that? No. Of course, if Shelly bought that stuff, Shelly gets to keep it. So she just basically proves, she backs up all of it with receipts, with evidence. It's an excellent little video. It really is. And if you need it, Fight, you can either jump in my Discord into the current live stream room and grab the link. It is felony, grand theft, stupidity in the Flat Earth community, or else a negative or somebody can get it to you, I'm sure. So, yeah, buddy. Would definitely be a good stream for you guys tonight. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything else that Fight put in here. Let me make sure. Hey, and Fight, jump in my Discord and talk to me sometime. The problem is I'm always starting work when it's late for you. I know that. Fight said, watching from the beginning, I'm behind a whole lot. Oh, okay, I got you. Well, you'll get there then. But yeah, let me tag Fight here and let him know. If you need a link to original video, grab it from my current live stream room titled Felony Grand Theft Stupidity in Flat Earth Community. It's unlisted, so gotta grab it there. I just want Fight. I want Fight to be able to get it so that he can get it to Team Skeptic, because man, there'll be some good streams tonight, y'all. Gonna be a lot of good streams tonight, y'all. Okay, anyway, it's almost 5:30. How long we've been streaming? We're hitting the 2-hour mark now, and I don't want to go over the 2-hour mark, because if I do, of course, it'll restart everything, right? It'll make the processing take longer. Anybody wants to donate today, it would help out immensely. Got to get through the next few days. You can do that on PayPal. PayPal's an immediate donation. $5, $10, $20, whatever you want. It would help us immensely. I will be streaming. I'm going to stream on D Live after this. Then I'm going to be back on YouTube later. I got a lot more stuff to show you, a lot of other topics to cover, and I have a feeling there will be more on Grand Theft Flat Earth before we stream later. So, you get me? I think it's going to be a good day for live streaming. So hit my PayPal. It will help me continue these streams today. If not, no big deal. Just hit the like button for me if you can't donate. And I will see you on D Live in just a little bit, and then I'll be back over here on YouTube. I'll schedule the stream so you know when. And thank you to all my peeps over in the UK. I've heard you, and I will stream earlier a couple times during the week to make it easier for you guys to be here for the live show. I'll also try to stream in the morning a couple times a week. I just don't know when I'm going to be able to start that, because I'm still doing a lot of editing and stuff. And then keep an eye out, because once the Grand Theft Flat Earth saga ends, I'm going to be doing a sum-up video that'll take everything that happened in this whole saga, and we'll give it to you in one concise little documentary. And JM Truth, if you're out there, if you're watching, if you're listening, keep an eye out for my documentary, because JM, Shelly, I'm going to show you how to do a badass documentary on something without leaving the comfort of your gaming chair and using your glorious O model mouse. By the way, this mouse is the best mouse I've ever used. My heavens. I thought it was all hype, and they're not paying me to say this. I wish they were. Casual Spaceman, can you send me a Discord link via FTFE? Yeah, let me send I'll send Fight like 20 Discord links. I'll give him a Discord link right now with like 20 invites, so that anybody that wants to jump in can. It's only going to have a 1 day. Oh shit! I'll just do 25. It'll have a 1 day thingy. You know what I'm saying? It'll have a 1 day 1 day usage. Shit. I just saw where. I'm sorry, man. Haven't been in my Discord messages in days. Been busy. Let's talk in my Discord today or tomorrow whenever we can get time. I'll be free more tomorrow. Fight, I'm sorry, bro. I haven't checked my Discord messages in so long. Probably missed out on Team getting a hold of me too. Anyone that's been messaging me, I usually go in my Discord to talk. If you really need me, do me a solid. Tag my moderators in my Discord. Let them know, like, hey, I'm trying to DM UNIRock, because I don't have notifications turned on for Twitter. I don't have notifications on Discord, because it'll ding constantly if I do. So if you need me, if you let my mods know, they'll make sure I get a hold of it. You know, they'll make sure to tell me. And if any creator needs me, make sure that you get a hold of UNIRachels on Twitter. You'll find her. She's the producer for our show, and she can get a hold of me in a snap of a finger. So if I'm missing your messages or anything like that, get a hold of UNIRachels, because that's the one way to get a hold of me, you know. I get busy, you know, and then I end up not checking my DMs all the time. It sucks. I want to try to fix it, but my Discord DMs blew up this last 2 weeks, and so I have not been getting many messages from people. Anyway, thank you for watching. JM Truth, I want to interview you, my friend. I really do. I want to interview you. I want to try to be able to get through to you what's really going on here and why people feel like they do. And I'm a third party. I'm a person who can, you know, sum all this up for you, and I don't have an incentive in this. I don't have a stake in this game. So if you really want someone to kind of get you on page with what's going on and what you can do to fix this and what you can do to come out the other end in the positive, you're going to come out the other end in the severe negative, okay? The severe negative with every community, with the debunking community, with the flat earth community, with the science community and the anti-science community. You're going to come out the other end with people just never wanting to talk to you again, and you're going to just kill your online presence. If you come talk to me, bro, I will help you. I will help you come out in the positive. I will help you get out of this, because I'll get you to understand what's really wrong, and then if you can be honest, then maybe you could work towards resolving this. I can help you out right now. You need to message Shelly. Tell her you're sorry. Send her the footage that belongs to her and then give her equipment back. And then tell her, Shelly, I know we couldn't work together, but at least let me help with advertising. Let me help with something that I can do that will help the film. That won't have anything to do with being around you guys, because obviously I'm too abrasive of a person to be able to get along with you. And maybe if you give back her stuff and give her the footage, she will take that as a good faith gesture enough to allow you to have some kind of stake in what happens with the film. But the most important thing is you could get Shelly to let people know that you woke up, realized you were wrong, and it might not kill your entire online presence. You already have a bad presence with all of the science community, of course, but why would you want to throw away your presence in the flat earth community? You had people fooled into thinking you knew what you were talking about. You could have kept that up for a while. Give Shelly back her stuff, dude. It's the right thing to do. No matter how you cut it, no matter how you slice it, bro. I don't care if you want to talk religion. I don't care if you want to talk morals. I don't care if you want to talk flat earth. You need to give her back her stuff, regardless. It's just messed up. It's not yours. You did not buy it. You are in the red. And they're going to come after you, JM. If you don't fix this, they're going to, that GoFundMe campaign, they're going to throw you in jail over that. Remember what you said about Grand Theft, JM? Over $1,000? How much money did you get out of that GoFundMe campaign? Well, factually, you did not spend any of that money for that GoFundMe campaign on that documentary. Factually, you admitted that yourself in that video. They're going to drag you into court, play that clip, and lock your ass up unless you can get Shelly back her stuff and get her to call off the dogs, bro. You mark my words. I'm trying to help you stay out of jail, JM. Get Shelly her stuff back, bro. Get her stuff back. Get her stuff back. I'll see you guys in a little bit on the live, and then I'm coming back to YouTube. See you soon. I love you guys. You rock. Donate on PayPal. It would help me out today. It'll keep me online more. Here we go. We are leaving now. Play the outro, Busy.